Good morning and welcome. Thanks everyone for coming. My name is Rachel Minot, and I'm a final student here at the university and facilitator of this conference. The Jamaican Cultural Conference was established in conjunction with the creation of a satellite gallery for the National Gallery of Jamaica, simply named the International Gallery of Jamaica, which is created to be an environment which facilitated learning about Jamaica, considering the people and events that help shape the societies. The gallery is being used as a tool to explore Jamaica today in an attempt to understand the reasons behind some of the issues the country faces. This conference is a forum to engage with contemporary dialogues surrounding Jamaica and to create a platform for discussion on some of these issues. It is important to me to establish this event as a means of furthering my own research into the country's culture and to directly engage with my peers while doing so. My previous research into Jamaica has focused on the historical aspect of a variety of figures in the country who can be classified as matriarchal or patriarchal idols. Using direct visual references to Catholic imagery, as seen throughout the European canon of art, I hope to highlight the significance of these figures to someone who would not otherwise have been aware of their importance to the narrative of Jamaican history. However, it was imperative for me to create an environment where one could gain a deeper understanding of Jamaica's diverse history and interesting culture outside the superficial one gained from using recognizable imagery. And thus, I drew upon the tradition of Jamaican pantomime in reframing historical events within an inventive narrative, devising individual histories for my pieces, whilst placing them within genuine historical context, highlighting the thin line between fiction and non-fiction. By creating the International Gallery of Jamaica, I wanted to engage with this process of public education through art, but also to challenge the audience to question the information given to them by these institutions and to search out the truth within my narratives. So each of the speakers today will either explore Jamaica's culture by examining the historical events which have shaped the society, or also speaking about Jamaica today and the implications of ingrained social and cultural attitudes. The first speaker, Lorna Holder, Managing Director of Full Spectrum Productions, will introduce the projects that she has initiated, which aim to engage young people with heritage in general, but specifically Jamaican culture, through the hosting of a variety of events, workshops, and projects. The second speaker, Sarah Burke, will be presenting a paper stimulated by her undergraduate dissertation, Out and Bad, Why Homosexuality is Considered a Threat to Cultural and National Identity in Jamaica. The presentation will begin with exploration into the volatile conditions surrounding sexuality in the Caribbean. Professor Alison Donald will explore this topic further in her presentation, Embracing Jamaican Sexualities. Alison has been conducting research into Jamaica for nearly 30 years, exploring literature from the 1930s and from early 2000s to present day. Her presentation will draw upon this research, highlighting homophobia in Jamaican music industry and the fight for decriminalization of sex relations in Jamaica through literature and activist work. After Alison speaks, there will be a break for Q&A with the first three speakers, and then at that point we'll stop for lunch. During the lunch break, there will be an opportunity to view the film, The Abominable Crime, and it will be here in the lecture room. Food will be posted in the room upstairs opposite, so if you'd like to stay and watch the film, you're welcome to. After lunch, the discussion will begin to focus more on language as a tool and the exploration of as a tool to explore these concepts further, and the culture and importance of language in Jamaica itself. Thomas Clave, the Lever Home Visiting Professor in the Department of Hispanic Studies and the Yusuf Prasad Center for Caribbean Studies at the University of Warwick, will begin this with the investigation into a writer's exploration of Jamaican male homosexuality. Grounding his speech within one of his own stories entitled Out There, set in contemporary Jamaica, he will examine whether one can discuss homosexuality without also discussing masculinity and misogyny. Following Thomas, Ashley's paper will be discussing the cultural significance and historical influence of Jamaican language, and will signal the change in subject matter, but will begin the exploration into aspects which form the foundation of Jamaican culture. The final speaker of the day, Dr. Ruth Mina Eggleston, will engage with the cultural aspects further, exploring values and pantomime. She will examine the importance of dignity and values in our national anthem and the tradition of Jamaican pantomime. After her presentation, there will be an opportunity, again, for a Q&A with Thomas, Ashley, and Ruth. Hopefully, by the end of this conference, we will have explored a wide range of cultural concepts and issues which Jamaica faces today. Thank you all for coming and enjoy.